Hey y'all, good morning. Wanted to jump on and say thank you. Thank you to everybody and anybody who's reached out since my announcement yesterday. Anybody who's subscribed, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Please let people know. I just appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, good morning, family, and thank you. And I'm sending love and appreciation and prayers for you all. So, what are we going to talk about on this page? What kind of content are you going to get? I wanted to jump on and just share a little bit of the why, and what got me here, because this has been years in the making. Multiple people talking to me about this, recommending that I do this, and unfortunately, one life-changing situation just pushed me to do it. So, topics, what I want to do on this lovely page. I want to just share, in great conversation with a couple of people, a couple of my closest friends, a conversation with my counselors. I've gone through a lot. Many of us do. Everybody does. Everybody's got something. So I am no different. Please note that, and I know that. I just have some interesting life experiences that many have said, you know what, that could help somebody. And that is honestly why I want to do this. One, because I've really changed the trajectory of my life and what I think I want to do and where I'm going and how I'm going to do it and what I've been doing. And it's a lot of change. And I did a lot of attempted research, and I couldn't find any information, and I wanted more information. And so that's what got me here. So you're going to learn a lot about that too in this process. But it's that. But what am I going to talk about? What are some of the topics I'm going to talk about? Probably the biggest one is grief. I am also adopted. So adoption. Being a only child raised by a single mom, we had a great bond, a unique bond. So, and I have a beautiful daughter. I have a bonus son who's fantastic. And, but my sweet kids spent summers with my mom, and they're very close to my mom. And, my sweet girl lost not only her grandma, but her best friend. And what's the hardest about that is that she had to live with me and witness me going through my loss and my grief. Now, that definitely pulled us together closer, right? But there's a lot of healing, right, that's been going on. So since I was, pretty social and active on social media, and when that started happening and everything went down, I just cut it all off and went very silent. There's a lot of people, that are becoming more aware of how we've been and what's going on, and but things have changed drastically, and so this is just a great way to share with our family and our friends that are all over, right? And it's another continual healing process. So, and time to share. So what I want to say is that, some of the topics here are going to be about grief, adoption, a lot about adoption, because I very fortunately got to meet my biological family. And I've met more biological family members since I initially met my biological father. Unfortunately, my biological father passed away this summer, so most don't know about that. So we'll talk a little bit about that and timing of that and kind of what's been going on there. But there's so much. There's relocation. We relocated out of Charlotte. I knew I was going to make a change, and I had been working on it, but in all honesty, It all came to fruition for me really quickly, probably in about 10 months, if that. From decision, no, you know what? No, I would say August to November. And it was done. It was a done deal for me. And then Logan wanted to stay in Charlotte, but then she made a change. And we literally had about, it wasn't even, I said 45 days. I don't think it was 45 days. It was 30 days that everything shifted. So instead of just me moving my things out, we relocated completely out of Charlotte, and we no longer live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we'll talk about that. Empty nesting. How many of you are struggling with that? But being a single parent empty nester, that's different. And I remember years ago being at a graduation party in Charlotte, and a mom saying to me how sad she was. She was a single mom, and she was so sad. She had one child, and she said empty nesting is hard. And I kind of, you know, it just didn't register with me. I was like, no way. You know, yeah, there's a part of me I wanted her out of my house. Who doesn't? Let's just be honest. But I knew I would miss her, but I've always been a mom that's been like, you know what? Hey, these are the milestones. They're up and going, and they're up and out, and I'm so proud because I know I did, and I know she did what she needed to do. We needed to do to ensure she was prepared for that. But that empty nester syndrome is real, and it's hard. It's hard. It's a different form of navigation. It's a different quiet, especially when you're single. So, talk about that. I'm sure other things are going to pop up. Florida life, Iowa life, because I'm a snowbird. I'm a freaking snowbird. And never in a million years. Never. I never thought I'd live in Florida. Let's just say that. No way in hell did I think I'd live in Florida. And especially now, considering, but here we are. So yes, I'm a snowbird. I'm splitting my time between Florida and Iowa. So in Florida, I'm living the tiny life. And in Iowa, I'm living the RV life. Because I bought an RV too. So, and you know, it's very entertaining returning back and being with your family and your friends. And you will find from some of my stories and my situations this past summer, your girl, I had fun. So I hope that all of these stories can touch you, can touch somebody, can humor you, can encourage you to get out and just do you. Because you know what I've learned? Life is too short. And while we know some won't be here forever, and we know things happen, many of you know things happen in the split of a second. And everything can go sideways. And one of the biggest things that I was left to question was, now what? So, here's my freaking now what? Here's my now what? It's a lot. It's a lot, and I can't wait to share. And more importantly, through sharing, I really believe it's going to stretch me to do even more. So there we go. All right, in closing, because this is about 9 minutes. I really don't want to do anything too much longer than 10 minutes. That's my ultimate goal. I know some will probably go over, but here we go. Here's my other thing. In the tiny house, one of the things I'm going to talk about is this is our happy space. I'm happy. There's not one thing that I can look around and see in this place that doesn't bring me joy. That was very intentional. Very intentional. And so we have unique things in the house. I have unique things in the house. And I thought, you know, during these times in the mornings, each day I'm going to share one with you, one or two. and explain it to you and why it's so important. Because I think, you know, what I found is we're moving out of that house, you start looking around and you're like, geez Louise, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff in my house. And you go through that, you go through the loss of a parent, and you're getting their things. There's a lot of stuff there. It's just stuff. But what means the most? That's all that's in this house. So, a couple of points out because you're going to see it. This hat says Farm Girl. Favorite hat in the world. I'm a farm girl. I am truly a farm girl. And I love that I got to grow up on a farm. And that hat was bought in Clinton, Iowa. At, I cannot think of the name of this store right now, but I can tell you, and I can see it exactly in the aisle, and seeing the hat and how much it just tickled me. And my mom said, give me it. And she bought it. Favorite hat. Way up there, see that thing right there? It's hanging out. It's a loop. Is my very first dog's dog collar. My mom kept some pretty amazing things, and that was one of them. So, and above our door we have a horseshoe. It came off of my horse, my favorite horse growing up, and was given to me by my grandpa, which you'll get to see some really cool things from him in this house too. So, my biggest shout out though today, my live shout out, Michigan State. I've been eating breakfast while I've been talking to you. One of my favorite breakfasts is oatmeal, which we can talk about because I'm a big fan of that and cream of wheat. But Michigan State, this thing's the bomb. I received this mug for Christmas in 1995. 95 or 96. One of the two. Either rate, it was blessed and given to me by Tim Gordon. And I worked with Tim at Michigan State, and I always say that college is the most amazing experience. Iowa State was absolutely the best 4 years. The best 4 years. And Michigan State was wonderful too in a lot of other different ways when I went there for grad school. So shout out to Tim Gordon. I appreciate you. I love my time at Michigan State. I enjoyed my time working with you. And I pray you and your beautiful family are wonderful. So shout out to Tim Gordon today. With that, make it an amazing day. Make it a great day. Make it your day. Love you and see you soon.